Hey guys, do we have a video today? This is going to be amazing. This is phenomenal. This is going to blow your mind. So I suggest you really kick back and relax and take your time to focus on all of this. So if you guys are aware and you're long-term fans, you should know that I got a leak video quite a while ago. However, a lot of the things in the leak I told you to take with a grain of salt, and then an article later came out by Famitsu that got translated, which confirmed a lot of the details, such as Camille Baker and such. But yeah, on top of that, guys, there were a lot of things that I knew about the game that I didn't release in these videos, and I didn't release them afterwards because I kind of wanted them to remain a plot twist, and I wanted to, I didn't want to ruin everything. But now somebody's popped up on Reddit, so I'm sure it's going to be covered on YouTube at some point by a lot of people who make these Resident Evil videos, and I just wanted to go over this analysis real quick because I'm one of the few people that can confirm this with some authenticity. Now, I tell you to still take this with a grain of salt because this could be a really elaborate troll. This could be the most elaborate, like some NASA level troll. But basically, somebody said on Reddit that they played the first hour of gameplay and they have an entire dialogue up of what happened. So I'm gonna be covering that with you guys and I'll be talking about it. So anyway, let's get right into it. So it starts off with, "Hi everybody, I just got my chance to play RE7 for like almost an hour, though I won't tell you when, nor will I share with you my identity. I don't want to get in trouble, but for those who want to spoil themselves, you're welcome." So guys, this already sounds a little sketchy, doesn't it? I'm not gonna tell you who I am, but I've played the game a few months earlier than y'all, but screw you all, you ain't getting to know what's in. No, I actually want to say though, I read through all this and it does seem pretty authentic, and I'll go through it. So let's read the rest of it. So you start off playing as a little girl hiding from what looks like Umbrella, and you're inside a house, and at one point your mother will help you, but it gets caught by one of the Umbrella soldiers. And at the end of the prologue, the girl managed to escape through the deep forest and was later saved by a middle-aged woman driver. And then we get to the main game as the intro and credits play. So I'm guessing after that, we get saved and then the credits roll up. Ethan and his wife are talking about their plans and stuff like that. It's like listening through cassette tapes, so that each conversation is cut in between them, so there's transitions, and there's also changes to the timeline, like weeks or months later, but he's unsure of how long this takes. In one of the conversations, Ethan tells his wife not to go to the old house where she last saw her family. Now this is interesting, guys, because if you remember, we know that the Bakers have been missing for a few years, and I'm starting to think, like I said in my Mia Baker video, there's a connection between Mia and the Bakers. That's really interesting, isn't it? 2 weeks later, after she disappeared, Ethan decides to finally look for his wife with the help of his friend Nate. So there's been a 2-week period that Mia's disappeared after she went to the old house, and this is definitely the Bakers catching her. While Ethan is driving on the highway, he was talking to Nate on the phone about cases of kidnapped people who were last seen nearby his destination. Now I don't know who Nate is, but I guess he was some kind of private investigator since he knows and shares these cases to Ethan. So yeah, guys, that would make a lot of sense, again, with Ethan having an actual motive to go find his wife and knowing so much about which locations to search. Later on, Ethan was stopped and pulled by a policeman, the one from the trailer, but his partner was also with him. The black policeman, who is named Adams, asked Ethan on what he was doing in the area at this time. It was like early dawn. Ethan said that he's crossing states. The conversation was interrupted by his partner, who just got an emergency call from their chief. Sometimes later, Ethan arrives at the gate of the house, but it was locked. He shouted, "Hello? Hello?" God damn it, Ethan, at the house to see if anyone will answer, but nobody did. It was a ghost house. Now, playing and since the gate won't open, I had to go around the house the long way. At one point, it led me to some traps like triggered bow arrows and bear traps. After passing through the traps in some part of the woods, there was this entrance with cow skulls and blades around them. No harm when going through them, just that goddamn music scared the hell out of me. There was this shelter. I entered and found a key under the toolbox. When coming out of the shelter, I was attacked by a dog with its mouth covered with dried blood. A short cutscene shows Ethan's hand grabbing one of the wooden fences, hits the dog, and then instantly I had to run towards the back door, which was a bit far, but that part was intense. Now, I'm not too sure about the house, but I was sure it wasn't the same house from the beginning hours. The house I was in was much bigger and cleaner. It was still messy, but you know what I mean. At the living room, his wife's purse and knife was there. After acquiring both items, the phone coming from upstairs rang, and like an idiot, Ethan had to shout again, "Mia?" When picking up the phone call, the woman in the phone said, "You really shouldn't have come here, Ethan." "What? Who the fuck are you? Where is my wife? If you want to look for her, leave now. You cannot save her anymore." Their phone then hangs up. So this kind of correlates back to the trailer of the phones that we recently saw, where "you shouldn't have come here" was also a part of it, but I guess they cut out the rest of the dialogue. And that's kind of interesting as well, because if the tapes reveal reveal any more of that phone call, we might actually get to know certain things like this are confirmed. Because remember, I do say take this with a grain of salt. Now, it continues on to say, who the fuck are you? Where is my wife? If you want to look for her, leave now. You cannot save her anymore. The phone then hangs up. So this is going back to the fact that I said Mia's infected and it's definitely the kitchen girl. And then it says, after the phone call, Jack in a different outfit knocked me out and said, welcome to the family, son. The last scene shows Ethan being dragged by Jack and carrying his wife. So that definitely looks like the scene, if you remember from the trailer, where Jack is carrying Ethan throughout a courtyard from the house, and Mia is on his back as a monster, which kind of confirms that Mia is that monster girl like I have previously said. So he also says that Ethan looks Asianish, so he's guessing that he's American Asian, and Mia is that infected lady from the kitchen demo. But there is a twist. She sometimes turns back to normal, and that's why she tells him to stay away in the TGS trailer. But guys, I wanted to say a lot of these facts correlated with what I've said before and also in the leak, so that's really interesting, to be honest, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how this plot develops, because obviously Umbrella is heavily influencing this. And it also looks like there's some kind of underground environments, and I'm sure there is a lab somewhere. We've seen underground environments in the Lantern trailer, and we've also seen it in this now. I'm sure that there is some kind of complex beneath there. But yeah, this was really cool, guys. This has a lot of implications, and I'm just wondering what you guys think, because this is really cool. Like, the prologue kind of sets us up knowing that Umbrella's involved, but then we go back to a normal perspective, and we kind of just slowly build up the tension. And I'm looking forward to all of this, guys, because if we actually see the full game and then we start off like this in the prologue, we're going to know that this is definitely 100% true. So again, I'm sure that this is going to allow me to create a lot more theories recently, and I'm sure it's a lot of insight to all of you guys. But I wanted to know what you think about this. All of this. This is so much information. This is like information overload. This is the gold treasure that we were looking for. We have literally struck out right here. We've hit the jackpot. So guys, leave comments below. Make sure to discuss this heavily. I want to see what everyone has, what everyone's opinion is on this matter. This is just amazing. So when you play as the little girl at the start and you're hiding from what looks like Umbrella and getting helped by your mother, but then she gets caught by the Umbrella soldiers, I wonder what implication this has. I mean, if we take my previous theory with Mia and the little girl being connected and their mother and daughter, could Umbrella have actually captured Mia and her daughter at some point because they had some kind of genetic gift, just like what Margaret says to her, and they've been, you know, tested and experimented on, and, you know, they are the ones that are infected, and that makes a lot of sense to me. I mean, that would definitely add up. And then why is Mia going back to that area and looking for her family? I mean, you could say that that's the Bakers themselves and that her family is the Bakers and that's the house she was going for, or maybe the Bakers abducted and indoctrinated Mia's family into that cult, and that's why Mia is currently trying to stay there, and why in the Lantern trailer she's trying to progress through, because she's trying to save her family and her daughter. Now, we know that Ethan and his wife were talking about plans and stuff like that, as the guy said, and then Mia has currently been lying to him and other things, and I wonder why that is as well. Does Mia have some kind of connections with Umbrella? I mean, why else would she be lying? I'm not sure. That kind of indicates that she has some kind of knowledge that would be harmful to Ethan if he knew, or it could put a huge strain on them. That's a really interesting concept to question, and I wonder what you guys have to think about that. Like, I wonder what your thoughts are, and I want to hear about that especially. And also, this entrance with cow skulls and blades, didn't we see something similar to that in the trailers? I can't remember too specifically, but I'm going to look into that for more theories in the future. But it definitely looks like a lot of this correlates. Like I said, this could be a really elaborate troll using all the material and theories that people have made up and combining it into like a short gameplay analysis. But this seems tangible to me. It seems like there's a lot of truth to it. Also, when he picks up the phone, it says you really shouldn't have come here, Ethan. It shows that the mysterious character knows who Ethan is. So she's definitely trying to offer him some insight, maybe. You shouldn't have come here. Or is it just antagonistic? Is she just provoking him? Or is she actually just trying to give him a warning that maybe he should leave? I think this is all very interesting. And this is making my mind explode, to be honest. I'm not sure what to think at the moment. I'm going to be going over all the source material I've had lately. And I'm going to be going over all the pictures and reveals and seeing how much of this correlates. And then I think I might release a few more theory videos on all of this and cataloging it all together. But I really do want to hear what you guys think about every little detail here. There has been so many points revealed, and I'll link to the Reddit thread in the description below so you can go check that out. But yeah, guys, this is just really interesting. Another thing I want to say, because I'm going to clock the video off here soon, is that we have a Discord server up for anyone that's interested. Now, the Discord will be there for anyone who wants to discuss theories or analysis or suggest video ideas, or even if you have any news about any new games or anything, or you just have a topic that you want to talk about, just anything. The channel is there for anyone to use. The server is freely available, so I'll link that in the description, and just come join if you want to be a part of the community in a little bit more of an intimate way. Wow, that sounds a little too much. But anyway, I'm going to clock the video off soon here, guys. If you want to keep up to date with all the latest news and details on Resident Evil 7, you'll want to hit that subscribe button and also hit that like button. Every little bit of support means a hell of a lot to a YouTuber. It's like a lifeblood. A like literally is a lifeblood. Like, hell, if you dislike my video, give me a dislike. I'd rather have that than just ignoring me. At least it gives me some kind of data that I'm doing something wrong or right. But yeah, guys, I'm going to clock it off here soon. It's been a great time today, and I've loved discussing all of this, so I hope you're all having a great time and your minds are blowing up now. Have a beautiful day, and peace.